Penny walked back to the wrecker to tell Joe where they wanted the car parked. She just kind of got a blank look.
Stop that thing! Do that damn thing!
Rescue 911.
This is 911. Do you have an emergency?
Chesterfield Emergency Service.
They're doing good hands here.
On the night of September 19th, 1988, in Indianapolis, Indiana, Tammy Wright and her husband Joe decided to take their 2-year-old daughter for a ride in Joe's tow truck as he hauled a car across town. They had no reason to be concerned as they made their way through the darkened city streets.
A friend of mine from school, Penny, her and her boyfriend, Troy, they asked us to tow a car for them. And it was just like any other wrecker run. Penny walked back to the wrecker to tell Joe where they wanted the car parked. She just kind of got a blank look.
Stop that thing! Do that damn thing!
It was stupid. I mean, he goes running after this guy, and the guy had already hit us in the rear end, not even tried to stop. I saw Troy take off like a madman. That was crazy, too, because the guy had already done damage, and we didn't know what he was capable of.
Joe Wright reported the accident to the roadside service company that had dispatched his truck.
Yeah, this is Susan at AAA Dispatch. One of our drivers has been involved in an accident.
I seen him come back around. I seen the guy pull into the driveway. Troy reaches into his trunk and grabs his ball bat and heads to the house.
Come on, let's go! Yeah? Come on, hey, come on! Let's go! He's got a gun. Come on, man, let's get out of the truck, come on!
Guy's got a gun.
A follow-up call to the Marion County Sheriff's Department reported that the suspect was now armed with a shotgun. Deputy Eugene Patrick was the first officer on the scene.
At that point, he told me quickly what happened. He said the man with the gun is in that house and pointed to the house where he was at. I don't care who you are, police officer, fireman, or any John citizen, you get scared. You can, you're not invincible. You can get shot too and killed.
Moments later, Sergeant Ron Carey arrived and took charge of the situation.
We had one neighbor that had spoken to one of the officers that stated he had shot someone in the past, and they believed that he was armed with at least one high-caliber rifle inside the house. Deputy Paul Thompson arrived on the scene with his dog, Ando. He asked me what we had and where I needed him to position himself. I advised him to be along a driveway of the neighbor's house.
The sheriff's SWAT team was also called in. led by Lieutenant Jim Wampler.
My gut told me something's not right here.
Canine 1675, I'm coming around from behind you, Paul. Make sure you keep your dog down. Okay, Jim, I've got him down.
And I asked him if he had seen anything, and he told me nothing. And he hadn't even seen a curtain move since he'd been there. The whole house was dead quiet. Kind of like a cat, it kind of raised the hair on the back of my neck. There was curtains on all the windows. And if this guy was in that house, some of those curtains somewhere along at some point would have moved. I mean, this guy's not going to have people yelling at him without taking a peek every once in a while.
Stay on your toes.
There was a small garage back behind the suspect's house, so I decided I better go double check. When these things happen, there is always a space in there where everything just stops. You've already tried talking to the guy, so you quit. You know, you shut the PA systems down, it hasn't worked. So what are you going to do next? You know, everybody goes back and they sit and they think. The house is quiet, there's nothing going on in the street, we've shut all the traffic off. There is no noise, it's just dead silence.
Every Sunday night, get ready for the ultimate race against time. The critical hour, life-threatening trauma.
All the contents of his abdomen were exposed.
Split-second decisions.
We've seen it all here at Shock Trauma.
See heroic medical teams fighting to save lives. Are you ready? Watch The Critical Hour every Sunday night at 9 on Discovery Health Channel.
Rescue 911 continues next on Discovery Health Channel.
Is that you back there behind the grass? No, Paul, I'm almost back out to the street now. Okay, I just heard something back here. Okay, I'll see if I can get somebody back there and check it out, or I'll come back myself. Sheriff, drop the gun! Dispatch 75, I think got shots fired. Dispatch K9 16, I've been shot, my dog's been shot. Get out, Paul, get out!
It all happened so fast, all I remember is at that instant I looked down at my dog and he looked up at me. And it's an expression that I'll never forget. It was like, is this it?
Gary, go check on the dog for me, will you? He's hurt pretty bad. I'm all right.
When Ando was struck, he was struck in the head and chest. And when he realized he was in trouble, he looked to me. He was coming back for help. And I couldn't give it to him.
Deputy Paul Thompson was taken to be treated for a shotgun blast to the foot.
We'll take care of the dog.
Ando had reacted to save Paul's life without being given a command.
After everything he did, I just felt bad about leaving him away there. But luckily I had some friends who took care of him. The chaplain arrived. And I said, could you say a little prayer for my dog? And he did.
The suspect eluded capture that night, but turned himself in the following morning. He later pleaded guilty to attempted murder of an officer and battery on a law enforcement animal, and was sentenced to 30 years in prison. 3 years later, Paul Thompson has a new canine partner, Hero. But for Paul and his family, Ando will never be able to be replaced.
Ando's Hero. The fact that he is a dog should not depreciate from the fact that he committed an act. He committed the ultimate sacrifice by saving Paul's life.
Ando was honored as Indiana's Law Enforcement Officer of the Year, the first dog ever to win the award.
I felt bad that I could never express my gratitude to him for what he did, or say goodbye. I'd say thanks, my friend, for what you did.
Mr. Shapiro, step out of the car, please.